everyone, I'm Natasha.
And I'm Nabila.
Welcome to another session of Guardian Facebook Live Chat with your pharmacists.
Natasha, how are you?
Oh, thank God, I'm actually doing well.
Me too. We have all heard about the toxic fume situation at Pasir Gudang. Can you please give us a quick background and update on the situation?
Oh yes, definitely. It's something that's been happening, quite a serious event lately. So what exactly happened was that it was brought on by some illegal dumping of certain chemical waste into the Sungai Kim Kim. And this chemical waste emitted certain types of chemicals like methane and benzene, and it actually flowed into the air and also in the water. So quite a number of schools had to be closed down, and many people were actually affected.
Oh yes, I have heard that the Johor state government has apprehended some of the people involved in this illegal dumping of chemicals. Let's hope that this incident will really raise our environmental awareness so that we all do our best to protect this earth that we live in. Now, Natasha, let us share with everyone the symptoms that we may experience if you are exposed to methane and benzene or any chemical of sort.
Definitely. So exposure to this sort of chemicals will actually cause you to have dizziness, headache, irregular heartbeat, confusion, breathing difficulties, nausea and vomiting, and also irritation in the eyes. So if let's say you are living in that area or you are experiencing any one of these symptoms, please seek medical help immediately. The latest update, by the way, Nabila, from our Health Minister Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad stated that the victims suffered a one-off acute exposure, so they are not expected for a long-term chronic effect on their health. Well, the government is putting on a lot of efforts in containing the damage and cleaning up the chemical waste. What can we do to help our audience to actually protect themselves on their end?
Yes, there are a few things that we can do to reduce the harmful side effect of toxic exposure. First and foremost, very important to stay away from the affected area as much as possible. Any non-essential activity should be delayed until all clear has been issued.
And if you have to somehow be in the area, or for people who are living in the area, we would like to suggest to use a mask called as the N95 mask. This is how it looks like. And this N95 mask is the most common particulate filtering face mask. It blocks at least 95% of non-oil-based F1 particles. Normal surgical masks only protect barrier protection against larger respiratory droplets, whereas surgical masks do not effectively filter small particles from the air at all.
So that's the difference between N95 and normal surgical masks.
Yes.
I've also read through the product specification to find out who should not use the N95 mask. And that is very important to us to note that, because if you are one of them, you should check with your healthcare provider first before using the N95 mask. So here you go. If you have any known heart conditions, or if you have breathing difficulties like asthma, you should take more cautious before wearing a mask, as it will make your breathing more difficult.
Right, so talking about a good seal between the face and the respirator mask, we must show everyone how you have to actually put on this mask. And therefore, we would like to invite our colleague Fira to join us for the demonstration.
Okay. So, here
Hi,
we do a
Fira.
demo. Okay. Must cover the both, you must cover the both nose and also the mouth. Okay. Okay, please stretch the strap. Okay. Okay. Alright. We can use some help. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then use the both. Okay.
The other one over your neck.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, and then you use the both hand to fit the metal. Okay, and then make sure to perform the seal check so that you feel secure and safe.
How do you feel, Fira? Oh,
Okay,
that's
very
good.
good. Okay, I hope you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Fira, and I hope that this demonstration have helped some of you out there in wearing the N95 mask.
Okay, so Natasha, when do we know when to replace the mask?
Okay, we have to replace the mask when it becomes dirty, damaged, or when you feel difficulty in breathing. Do take note that the mask that we have just demonstrated is not the disposable type, it's actually the reusable one.
Okay, now let's look at the other ways to reduce effect of exposure. First, avoid skin contact. It goes without saying that we will not be swimming in Sungai Kim Kim. In fact, any river in the surrounding any area anytime soon. So remove any contaminated clothing and wash skin with soap and large amount of water. Any clothing that need to be pulled over the head should be cut off instead of pulled over the head.
Definitely no swimming, Nabila, for now.
Yes.
Also no drinking, cooking or washing with water from the river. And besides that, exposure to this toxic fuel can easily cause eye irritation. So if your eyes are irritated, you feel burning, or if let's say your vision is blurred, then please rinse your eyes with clean water for 10 to 15 minutes. And if you are wearing contact lens, make sure to remove them and do not use back the same contact lens again.
Yes, that's true. Now, some tips on how to take care of our body. Most importantly, we can support our health through eating a well-balanced diet.
Exactly, but before we talk about food, we must also mention water. So please aim to drink 2 to 3 liters of clean water a day so that you flush out any toxins that may have gotten into your body.
Yes, Natasha, and we also must eat antioxidant-rich food to reduce harmful effect of pollution. Example of antioxidant include vitamin C, vitamin A and vitamin E. And also you can take berries and fruits like apple and also lemon.
Right, we can also take supplements like vitamin C supplement that we've gotten here. Adults can consume up to 2000 mg of vitamin C per day depending on your situation. However, just a side note, if you do experience any loose bowel movement, then the first thing that you want to eliminate is your vitamin C. So with that, we would like to extend our well wishes to all those who are affected, and we hope that our tips have encouraged you to stay healthier and stronger.
Alright, Natasha, we shall proceed to discuss another interesting topic we have today, which is pain.
Right. So stay tuned for some useful tips to relieve pain. There are fantastic prizes to be won, like the ones shown below. And if you do answer some simple questions at the end of the show, then you'll be able to walk away with these prizes. So happy International Women's Month, Nabila. Despite being strong and independent, sometimes we cannot run away from bitter truths that we have to endure pain to a certain extent. So along with celebrating women's strength, we will also be talking about all sorts of pain that women feel and how to overcome it effectively. Nabila, do you know that painkillers are the most bought items off the shelf?
Oh yes, I've been noticing that throughout my working life actually.
Yeah, sadly, Nabila, painkillers are becoming more of a necessity to us, and strangely, it's no longer only old people who are seeking for it. Nowadays, even the younger adults are looking for it too. We work in a very fast pace of a lifestyle nowadays, and we definitely cannot let pain, regardless how light it is, to affect our lives.
Yes, I agree, Natasha. But I also think it is also related to our lifestyle. Most office workers sit at the desk for long hours and face the computer without much movement. This can cause backache, neck ache, and also headache.
Not to mention the mobile gadgets that some youngsters use, including myself, and also the long hours of gaming. So this can all also lead to, causing strains and pain over your neck and back. Nabila, have you heard about the young teenager who actually could not move her neck after long hours of staring into her phone?
Oh yes, it must have felt terrible. Also, do you know, Natasha, that research study found that women show greater sensitivity to most of pain, and they often visit a doctor for pain symptoms compared to men. But it was men who demonstrated a higher pain threshold because men bodies usually release more pain relieving biochemical that we call as beta endorphin. So that's why men and women perceive pain differently.
I think I know why that is, because according to another social study, men are expected to tough it out, and so they complain lesser than us, and probably that's why we do not hear so much of them whining about pain.
Maybe.
Alright everyone, if you have just tuned in, we are talking about pain management, and there are exciting prizes to be won at the end of the show.
So pain, Natasha, do you know that pain is a very unpleasant sensation, and it has evolved to protect our bodies from harm by causing us to perform certain actions and avoid others. Pain might be called as a protector, a predator, or simply a hustle. We all experience pain to greater or lesser degree at various points of our life. Our individual pain perception can vary at different times, even in response to the identical stimulus. For example, an athlete during competition may not be able to feel the tissue injury or cut or a bruise until the competition has finished. We may feel more or less pain depending on our mood, on our sleep pattern, hunger, or activity.
I think I can relate about the athlete thing that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
You know, when we go traveling and we shop and shop and shop and we walk and we sightsee, for 12 to 13 hours a day, and we think that, oh wow, I can still do one more round of shopping. And then it is when you actually reach home that you feel the entire exhaustion.
Exactly.
So yeah. And by the way, there are two types of pain actually. One is called the acute and another one is called the chronic pain. So acute pain is the response to injury or tissue damage that generally does not last longer than it takes for a normal healing to occur. So typically this pain lasts for less than 6 months. But it may become chronic if it's inadequately treated. Chronic pain, on the other hand, persists longer than normal course of time associated with injury, which is more than 3 to 6 months. And in many cases, the initial injury may not even be readily identifiable.
Oh, Natasha, do you know that there are many medications used to treat pain to maximize efficacy and also to minimize risk?
Right.
Therapies should be individualized for each patient's pathology. The goal of proper pain management should always be first to improve the patient's quality of life, decrease the average pain rating, and also to improve overall functioning. Proper medication therapy can reduce addiction, short and long-term adverse effect and risk of overdose.
Right, so different painkillers also work better for different types of pain, and some painkillers may not even be appropriate for some people. For example, children under 16 years old should never be given aspirin, of course unless on special case basis or prescribed by a medical professional. Some painkillers are generally available in shops, some in pharmacies, and others are only available with a prescription. So if you are not sure about which painkiller is actually right for you, please seek medical advice. Only take the dose recommended on the packet or as advised by a medical professional. To avoid taking too high of a dose, remember some painkilling ingredient can also be found in different products. For example, paracetamol can also be found in some of the cold remedies. Actually, Nabila and also everyone out there, we would like to share another interesting thing that many people tend to oversee. The WHO, World Health Organization, have come up with something called as the pain ladder. So I will try to give a very brief summary about it, okay? A ladder ranging from 1 to 10. Now this person, he has a headache and he takes a painkiller that is ranked in number 7. Of course, he feels miraculously wonderful because the pain is gone just like that. And he does it a few more times thereafter until one day he develops a slightly stronger pain, say a backache. And then he realizes that he cannot take any painkiller that is ranked below number 7 anymore. Why? Because your body is so used to it, is so resistant to such a high strong painkiller. So what does he do then? He has to keep taking a stronger or upping his dose of painkiller. And touch wood, but what if at one point of time in his life where he is in a very serious chronic pain, there might not even be any painkiller that's suitable for him anymore. And that's just very sad.
Yes, Natasha. If you have just tuned in, we are talking about pain management and there are exactly prices to be known. We have 12 minutes of pain relief products to be given away.
Alright, Nabila, that's another thing that you might have noticed when it comes to pain. Sometimes there are heat therapies, sometimes there are cold therapies, right? I mean, even in our over-the-counter department there are. So what exactly it is and then how do we differentiate it is by cold treatment reduces the inflammation by decreasing blood flow. Thus, cold therapy like ice pack should be applied immediately when you have an injury, especially when there is swelling involved. Heat therapy, on the other hand, it promotes blood flow and it helps in relaxing muscles. So this can be continuously applied when an injury is chronic. So let's take a tension headache for an example. A hot shower or a moist heat applied to the back of the neck may ease the symptom.
Yes, Natasha. By the way, Natasha, do you always get menstrual pain or cramps during your period?
Well, occasionally on my first day or two. So it's normal, right?
Yeah, don't worry. It's normal to everyone. Actually, having menstrual cramps is one of the most common and annoying parts of women. They can strike right before or during that time of the month. Many women get them routinely, including me. The cramp can happen in the lower stomach or the back. They can range from mild to severe. With age, they usually become less painful and may stop entirely after the first baby. This medical term is called dysmenorrhea. So what the symptom will be having is that the aching pain in your stomach, pain in the hips, lower back, and also in the thigh.
Right, so today, for those of you who are in the same boat as our topic, we actually have just the right product to recommend to you. please have a look at the products down here and focus on the menstrual heat. It's actually called, the menstrual heat. It's 100% natural heat therapy patch that can effectively ease your menstrual cramps. And each patch would last for at least 12 hours to keep the cramps at bay all day. It's also discreet and odorless, one of the most important things that I like about it, so that it makes it a perfect portable menstrual cramp relief solution even when you're traveling or at work. And they also use medical grade adhesive from Japan, which allows multiple times of re-sticking. And the best part of all, it's ergonomically designed to suit the contours of our abdomen area.
That's nice, Natasha. Now, if you have just tuned in, we are talking about pain management and there are exacting prices to be won. We have 12 units of pain relief products to be given away. Okay, so I'll be sharing about some interesting fact about the pain trigger. So the first one is the smartphones. Do you have the smartphones that let you text, surf the web and play games?
Definitely.
There's a lot of mileage for your thumbs. Doctors have begun reporting cases of arthritis at the base of the thumb in younger people, possibly related to texting. So the solution is, when your thumbs begin to numb, give the texting a rest. If pain continues, use your phone to make an actual call to a doctor.
Right.
There are effective treatments for arthritis.
Oh yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. It can definitely lead to arthritis without us even knowing, you know. The second trigger is laptop case. So even with the evolution of iPads or tablets and also phones, many of us, like us, are still using laptops. So now if you're carrying your laptop bag like an extra limb over your body, it can actually cause a lot of strain. So, and also the bags that you wear over one shoulder, I know it looks really cool, especially when teenagers wear it, but I think your health is more important than looking cool. So try to wear it over both of your shoulders, and for your laptop case, you can actually buy the bags that roll over so that you don't have to carry it all the time, or just switch to a lighter model.
Okay, so the next one will be your workstation. If you spend many hours a day at your desk or workstation, give some thought to the setup. A poorly positioned chair can cause you to slouch forward, straining the back and also the neck. So a monitor that is too low or too high will also strain the neck. So what is the solution? Place your monitor with the top of the screen at the eye level. Position your chair so that you are sitting straight with your feet on the floor, and you can use a cushion to support your back.
Right. Next trigger is eye strain. So headaches that are centered behind the eyebrows may be due to eye strain. And eye strain may occur when you have uncorrected vision problem like nearsightedness, farsightedness, or even astigmatism. So this can also come from staring at a computer screen for too long without a break. So what you can do is, first of all, to rule out if you have any eye problem, schedule an appointment with the optometrist. And other than that, if you are already wearing your glasses and you're still complaining, then it's time for a new prescription.
Yes, Natasha. And the last and finally is the pain triggered by stress.
Oh my
Stress
God.
can contribute to many kinds of pain. Many people tighten the back muscle when anxious, leading to chronic back pain. Most tension headache come from stress. So stress may play a role in teeth grinding, leading to jaw pain. So the solution is practice relaxation techniques such as meditation or yoga.
Right. And because pain is something so common, it is equally important to know when exactly we should see a doctor. So please do seek medical attention when you have chest pain, a severe headache, or a very stiff neck, pain related to an inability, pain accompanied by weakness or numbness, pain, and also any chronic pain that should be evaluated by the doctor, especially if it interferes with your work, hobbies, or sleep.
Yes, Natasha. So now we have another perfect product for this. We have neck heat, we have back heat, and also we have knee heat.
Right.
Okay, so what is the special of this product is that this is first 100% natural heat therapy patch, and it can effectively relieve neck and shoulder pains by releasing therapeutic heat for at least 12 hours long. And it also discreet and also odorless and can be split for flexible use, and both neck or the shoulder.
Correct.
So they are using medical grade adhesive from Japan, which allow us for resticking multiple times while being gentle on your skin as well. And what I like about it, Natasha, because it is ergonomically designed to fit the curves of different body shapes and size.
Yes, true. And also with their latest product, the PS Knee Heat,
Yes.
it actually works as 2-in-1. It functions as a heat patch, also as a knee support. Of course, I wouldn't be comparing it with a proper knee support, but for very mild pain, it actually does work. And also another interesting fact about this product is that it's suitable for pregnant women as it's non-medicated.
Oh, that's
Right.
That's good.
So we have come to the end of our show, and we will be giving out 2 questions. If you can answer them correctly, you will be one of the lucky winners to walk away with this exciting prizes to relieve pain for at least a certain period of time. The first question is that, how long is the therapeutic effect of each of the PS Love product? I repeat, how long is the therapeutic effect of each of the PS Love product?
And the second question is PS Love product suitable for pregnant women? I repeat again, is PS Love product suitable for pregnant women? Please type in your answer in the comment box below.
Okay, so the information provided in this live chat is not meant to replace medical diagnosis, and viewers are advised to seek medical guidance wherever necessary.
So before we sign off, do let us know what are the topics that you would like to hear from us. Until then, stay healthy and
Pain-free.
happy.
Goodbye.
Bye.